Hello, welcome to the Principles of Structural Analysis and Design for Civil Engineering Licensure Examination. This is episode number 30, no? And in this particular video, we will discuss a problem similar to a recent board exam problem, no? April 2024. But yung mga ganitong klaseng problem, yung pile cap problem is usual naman talagang lumalabas sa civil engineering board exam. Okay, so sagutan natin. A pile footing supports a 600 millimeter square column. The pile cap rests on 9 of 350 millimeter square precast concrete piles. So just to visualize this, ito yung column na 600 by 600. And then ito yung mga piles. No? So bali sa isang view, kung sa view na ito nakikita natin tatlo, no? Bali tatlong layer. Okay, so ito yung column. Um, Capacity per pile, so this is pile, typo error. At ultimate condition is 300 kilonewtons. Allowable stresses, wide beam shear stress is 0.88 megapascal. Punching shear stress is 1.25 megapascal. So, kapag sinabi sa exam na allowable stresses, normally ang ibig niya sabihin dito is yung nominal no stress. So, ito mga to nominal. Okay, so ito yung pag wide beam or one way, ito naman yung two way or punching. FC prime is given, FY is given, reduction factor for shear given, and pati na rin yung moment. Minimum concrete cover to the centroid of the footing is 250 millimeters. So, ibig niya sabihin, kung halimbawang may bakal dito, kaya yung concrete cover nito would be 250. Okay? Papunta dun sa centroid ng bakal. No? Yun yung ibig niya sabihin. And then, of course, ito yung effective depth natin. Okay, so given A is 0.6 meter. Um, and also C, 0.16 to. And then B is 1. And then D is 1.2. Okay, so ibig sabihin mas mahaba itong direction na to, no? So if you would calculate that, 1.2 plus 1.2 plus 2.6. So that's 3.6. Okay, and then sa other direction naman, that's 3.2. Ayan. So yung footing natin is 3.2 by 3.6. What else? Ayan na. So first question. Calculate the required thickness of footing for the critical wide beam shear. So ano yung required thickness na to? Okay? So, isa sa mga ano dito, no, parang kakaiba sa problem na to is that walang binigay na loading, walang binigay na naka-apply na load dito sa column, no? Kasi normal doon natin ibabase yun eh. Dito ang binigay lang na load is yung ultimate load ng capacity per pile, no? 300 kilonewton. So, in order for us to maximize this, what we would assume is that first, this is purely actually loaded. So, ibig sabihin, um, lahat ng pile, no? Lahat ng pile will be subjected to the same axial force, no? Na 300 kilonewton. Kasi gusto ko natin isagad, no? So, lalagay ko na lang dito, no? Okay, so, lang binigay na load. So, we will assume all piles are loaded at their maximum capacity, which is 300 kilonewtons. Ayan. So, ibig sabihin, lahat ng to 300, no? Yung naka-load dito. 300 yan, 300 ito, and so on. Okay, so lahat ng yan ay 300. Okay? So now, because of that, then we will now be able to define the required thickness based on the, unahin muna natin, allowable wide beam shear. So, bali, ito, 0.88. Ito yung nominal capacity. So, to determine that, di ba, ang wide beam shear is either ganito, o di kaya ay ganito, no? O di kaya ay sa kabilang side, o di kaya ay sa baba naman na side. So kahit saan doon is an example of a wide beam shear. Pero saan ba critical, no? Saan ba critical? So first, ang critical is nasa critical section is at the D distance from the face of the column, no? It is D distance or yung effective depth distance from the face of the column, no? So dalawa 'yon. So pwedeng ito. Okay, ayun yun, ito yung D, no? Or di kaya ito, pero parehas lang yun eh. Kasi parehas lang naman yung mga load dito lahat. So, ang magkakaiba lang dyan, itong gantong vertical na wide beam sheet, tsaka horizontal. Okay? So, bakit magkaiba? Una sa lahat, kapag sinabi natin na nominal, so for number one, no? The nominal shear stress, nominal, is equal to VU over phi BOD. No? Or BD. Okay? So as you can see, in order for us to maximize, no? In order for us to maximize, kung gusto natin malaki itong stress na to, kailangan yung B natin mas maliit or mas maikli. Okay, bakit? Kasi they are inversely proportional. So ibig sabihin, to produce the larger, no, the larger shear stress, we must choose the side which will give us, no, which will give us a smaller or shorter B. No, provided na same lang sila ng VU. Okay? Kasi kung magkaiba ng VU, hindi natin malalaman, no? So you can look at my other video about this, no? Na chinek ko both sides kasi hindi tayo sigurado, no? So I'll just put the link here sa taas, no? Click nyo na lang, no? But anyway, dito, sure naman kasi tayo na halimbawa, pag dito ako nag-cut, ang mga forces na i-resist na tong surface na to is itong tatlong tigti 300, di ba? Kapag naman dito ka nag-cut, ang i-resist naman nitong surface na to is tatlong tigti 300 din. So, yung VU, same lang. Ang nag-iiba lang ngayon is yung BO. Kung dito tayo magka-cut, ang B natin is itong length na to, which is yung 3.6. Pag dito tayo nagkaroon ng wide beam shear, ito naman yung magiging BO natin. So, sabi ko nga, pipiliin na lang natin yung mas maikli kasi yun yung magbibigay sa atin ng mas malaking wide beam, nominal wide beam shear stress. Okay? So that's why dito, sure tayo na mag-govern is this type of wide beam shear. No? Okay? And then dalawa yan, pwede mong i-isolate itong nasa kanan or pwede mong i-isolate itong nasa kaliwa. So, syempre, to simplify, ito na lang nasa kanan. No? Yan na lang i-isolate natin. Okay? So, kapag niredraw natin yan, parang ganito yung makikita natin. Itan ko na lang. Okay, tapos ito ngayon yung ano natin. Ito ngayon yung section na ano, nabasag. Ayan. Okay? Tapos sa ilalim, meron tayong tatlong pile. Ayun, no? Tatlong pile na rectangular. Ayan. Okay? Ayan. Yun yung tatlong pile natin. So yung tatlong pile na yun is subject to the maximum load of 300. Okay? So lumalabas ngayon, yung shear stress dito sa surface na to, sa critical section for shear, yung shear stress, yung shear force pala, VU, will just be equal to 300 plus 300 plus 300. That will give us 900 kilonewton. Okay? So, pag nag-summation of forces ka, ganun din yung mangyayari. No? Kumbaga, yun yung shear force, kumbaga resultant nila, no? O di kaya, pwede natin isipin na reaction na lang. So, gawin ko na lang reaction to, no? Baliktarin ko yan. Reaction. Para mas maintindihan. So, yun yung i-resist na etong phase na to. Okay? So, therefore, our VU would be 900 kilonewton. Yung VN natin is 0.88. Tapos we have here 900. Tapos gawin na lang natin itong Newton. So mag-multiply lang ako ng 1,000 over phi 0.75. Tapos yung B natin, ang tatandaan nyo dito is yung B na yan is yung haba ng crack. So yung haba ng crack natin, hindi ba ito? Yan. So yun yung B natin. Which is ano yun? Ito lang yun, 3,200. No? 3,200 millimeter. Tapos yung effective depth, yun yung hinahanap natin ngayon. So, yun yung makakompute natin dito ngayon, yung required na effective depth. Okay, so, calculating this, we will have 900,000 over 0.75 times 3,200 times 0.88. Okay, that will give us 426.14 millimeters. Ayan. Okay? So, pero hindi pa yun yung sagot natin. Of course, hinahanap niya kasi thickness eh. So, di ba ang total thickness nito, ito yun, will just be effective depth type plus 250, no? So, yung thickness natin will be effective depth plus 250. And that gives us 676 millimeters. Okay? And from the choices, of course, we will for I don't know for a safer design, we will just round this up, no, to the nearest probably multiples of 10 or multiples of 5. So in this case, as you can see from the choices, ni-round up niya sa 680. So just choose the nearest larger value sa na-compute natin. And that will be our answer for number 1. Okay? Next, solve the required thickness based on critical punching shear stress. So, hinahanap naman natin based on the critical punch. So, ganun ulit, no, for number 2. Okay, so for punching shear stress, ganun pa rin yung formula. VU over phi BOD. Pero iba na yung analysis natin, no? So, pag sinabing punching shear, nangyayari daw yun at a D over 2 distance from the face of the column or the pile. So, around D over 2 distance. So, ibig sabihin ganito. Kung ang tinutukoy natin is itong pile na to, ang punching shear ay mangyayari ng pag ganito. Ayan, mababasag siya. Kumbaga, tutusok ito, no? At mababasag ito. Okay, pero yung layo na yon is d over 2, no? D over 2. So pwedeng pa ganyan, no? O di kaya, o pwede rin naman kasi na yung column, yung magkaroon ng punching shear. Ito mismo, itong column na to, no? Magkaroon ng punching shear. So mababasag siya ng paganyan, no? At a distance of d over 2, no? So, well, tingnan lang muna natin. So we can actually do the here trial and error. If we would consider, so considering punching of pile. Okay? In this case, kahit anong pile, no? Except lang dito sa gitna na pile kasi meron diyang ano may column diyan eh. So, kahit alin sa natitirang walo, kasi pare-parehas lang naman sila 300 yung kilo yung dinadala na force based on our assumption. Let's say kukuha na lang ako ng isa, kunwari ito na lang. So magkakaroon siya ng crack around its perimeter at a d over 2 distance. So i-isolate ko na lang yung nabasag, kunwari nabasag to. Yun yung nabasag, no? So, mangyayari, ganito itsura niyan. Yan. Okay, tapos sa ilalim may pile. Ito kunwari yung pile. Yan kunwari yung pile, no? So, again, ito ay 300 kilonewtons. Okay, tapos ito yung surface na kukontra dyan. Ayan yung surface na to, tsaka itong surface na to sa likod, tsaka ito. Ayan, yun yung kukontra. So, basically dito, ang magiging shear force lang natin is also 300 kung nag-summation of forces vertical tayo. Tapos, yung dimension, no? Yung dimension nito, okay? Pati ito, okay, will be measured, no, based dun sa sinabi ko kanina. Kung ito yung pile, tapos ito yung basag, palakihin ko lang, okay? So, yung tinahanap ko na dimension ito, okay? That would be the length of the pile, I mean the dimension of the pile in this direction, which is ilan nga yun? Ang pile daw ay 350 millimeters square. So, 350. Okay, tapos ito, this would be D over 2, pati ito, D over 2. Okay, so ibig sabihin, kapag pinagsama, that is just 350 plus D. Ganon din yung kabila. Kasi square naman yung pile natin. So, 350 plus D. So, ibig sabihin, dimension ito is 350 plus D by 350 plus D. Tapos ito yung effective depth. Ayan. Okay? So, lumalabas ngayon na itong BO natin is, di ba sabi ko yung BO is yung haba ng crack. Ito yung crack ko. So, yung haba niyan is yung perimeter ng pile. I mean, ng crack, no? So, which is, ilan lang yun? That is just 350 plus D plus 350 plus D plus 350 plus D plus 350 plus D. Or simply 350 plus D times 4. Okay? Yun yung magiging BO. Tapos ito yung effective depth. Okay? Tapos ito naman this time, ito naman yung punching shears. Ito naman yan, 1.25. Okay? So considering this, no? So let's see. So we will have 1.25 equals VU, which is 300. Gawin nating newtons over 0.75 times 4 times 350 plus D. Ito ulit yung length ng crack or yung perimeter, no? Times D. And then from here, we should be able to calculate our effective depth. Okay, so we have um, okay, so that gives us 157.6 millimeters. Okay, yan yung effective depth. Tapos mag-add ka lang ng 250, yun yung magiging H. Okay, and that's 407.6 millimeters. Okay? So, kung titignan mo sa choices, wala yan eh. No? Bakit kaya? Kasi potentially, hindi yun yung critical section for punching shear. Isa pang pwedeng maging critical section kasi is yung around the column. No? So, i-consider naman natin yung around the column. So, same item, number 2, considering punching under the column. Ayan. Okay, so ano naman mangyayari? Pinagkaiba. So, ito naman yung magka-crack. Pag ganyan, no? Okay? And if we would draw that, ito kunwari yung column, yan kunwari yung column, tapos ito kunwari yung crack. Yan kunwari yung crack. Okay? Tapos, meron ditong pile sa ilalim. Ayan. Tapos yung pile, ang dinadala niya na load, as mentioned, 300 kilonewtons. No? Ang tanong ngayon, ano yung dinadala na load nitong column? Okay? So, wala naman kasi binigay. Pero, di ba, in order for us to achieve all piles having the same force of 300 kilonewtons, dapat yung magiging force na mag apply dun sa column is yung sum nung lahat ng 300 na dinadala nung 9 na pile. So, ibig sabihin, yung load na nasa column is just 300 times 9. Okay? Or that is 2,700. Okay? So, ibig sabihin dito, this has 2,700 kilonewton. Kumbaga, yun yung naka-apply na load in order for us to have um, a load on each file equivalent to 300 kilonewtons. Okay? So, because of that, ano ngayon yung kakargahin netong concrete? Anong kakargahin yan? So, syempre, i-resist niya is basically 27. Pag nag-summation of forces vertical, no? 27 minus 300. Okay? So therefore, our VU here is supposed to be 2,400 kilonewtons. Okay? And dito pa lang, no, sa comparison pa lang ng VU kanina, 300 yung sa pile, yung sa column 2,4, di hamak na mas malaki. So ibig sabihin, mas critical itong under the column na magkaroon ng punching shear. Okay? So computein natin ngayon. So using the same formula, okay, o nga pala, kailangan natin itong dimension na to. So, ganun lang ulit. Yung column, ano ba yung length ng column? Ang length ng column ay 600. So, length ng column, 600 plus yung effective depth. So, ganun din dito sa kabila. Length ng column plus effective depth. Okay? So, therefore, we have 1.25 equals VU is 2,700 times 1,000 para maging Newton over phi. Okay, tapos yung BO is yung length lang nung pula, nung perimeter, no? So which is 4 times 600 plus D times effective depth. Okay, and here we can calculate a different effective depth. And we're assuming na mas malaki ito. Okay, at ang lumabas nga dito ay 600. Okay? Sorry. Mali ako nang lagay. No, hindi pala 27. 24 pala, 24 yung view natin. Okay? So, adjust natin. So, this should be 24. Okay? And that gives us 554.4. So, again, mas malaki, no? Yung makakompute mo dito na effective depth, which is mas critical kasi siya. So, ibig sabihin, yung H natin, dagdagan lang natin yan ng 250. That gives us 804. Okay? And if we look at the choices, okay, sa choices, we have 850 no yung nearest larger value. So therefore, our answer here we can round this up to 850 millimeters. Okay, and that would be our answer for the second problem. Okay, so for number, so that will be our answer for number 2, no? So 850 millimeters. Okay? So next, determine the required thickness based on the maximum moment. So for number 3 naman, required naman sa atin is maximum moment. Dito kailangan siguro, ano natin, gawa tayo ng bagong figure. Ayan, no? So once again, this is 0.6, 1, 1, tapos 0.6. This is 1.2, 1.2, and 0.6. Okay, and then this is 3.2, this is 3.6. Ayan. Okay? So, dito naman, ang critical section for moment is at the face of the column. So, nandito. So, pwedeng ito ay magbe-bend pataas, no? Magbe-bend ng paganto. Okay? O di kaya yung kabila, no? Same lang naman eh. No? Same lang naman. Pero, pwede rin na ito yung critical section. Okay? So, once again, ang pinagkaiba lang nila dyan is, una, kapag dito tayo nakatingin, kung ba dito tayo nakatingin, ito yung critical section uh, for moment, no? So ang reaction dito is 3 times 300 or that is 900, no? Kasi tatlo yan eh. 1, 2, 3. So silang tatlo. So and then may moment arm tayo dito, 'di ba? So para makuha natin yung moment doon sa critical section, may moment arm diyan. Tawagin ko na lang na X. Okay, huwag muna natin kumpitin. So lumalabas na whichever, kasi kung halimbawa naman ito ay consider natin na crack, itong kabila, no? Bali, ganito naman yung itsura ng footing natin sa kabila. Ayan. Tapos ito yung mga piles. So, ganun din, no? Kung ito yung crack natin, okay, so ito yung magiging critical section. Tapos, ang naka-apply dito na force is also 3 times 300. Kasi tatlo rin yan. 1, 2, and 3. Okay? So, may tendency ito na mag-bend in this manner. Okay? Ito rin yun. May tendency siya na mag-bend in that manner. So, again, meron ka ditong moment arm. Tawagin natin na Y. Okay? So, sino ba magbibigay ng mas malaking moment? Well, dahil same lang naman sila ng force na naka-apply, which is 900 kilonewtons, didepende na lang yun kung sino yung mas malaki sa X and sa Y. And as you can see, because this dimension is longer than this one, then we are sure that in this particular case, X is greater than Y. Kaya ibig sabihin, ito yung more critical or most critical. Okay? Kasi nandyan mo makukuha yung mas malaking moment, MU. Alright? So, that's why dito, kunin na natin yung X na yan. Ano ba yung X na yan? Well, based on the figure, alam natin na point 6. Di ba yung dimension na itong column? So, ibig sabihin, sa gitna, ano to? Point 3. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, yung X natin is just 1.2 minus point 3. Or that is 0.9 meter. Okay? So therefore, makakompute na natin yung maximum moment. So yung moment na nandito. Okay, so our maximum moment MU would be 900 times 0.9. So that's 810 kilonewton meter. Okay? So ngayon, ang goal natin, mahanap ulit yung effective depth. Alright? So paano hanapin yun? So i-design natin siya na parang beam, no? Na parang beam. So bali sa design natin parang lumalabas ang itsura niyang magbe-bend is ganito. Ayan, tapos meron ditong bending moment, MU. Okay? So dahil doon, kailangan maglalagay tayo ng bakal, of course. Maglalagay tayo ng bakal dun sa sa footing natin to prevent it from cracking, no, in the tension side. Um, Tapos, yung dimension natin is, let's say, ito yung mga bakal. Ayan. So, ito yung effective depth natin. Yan yung effective depth natin. Tapos, ito yung lalabas na B natin, no? So, yung B natin would be equivalent to this length. So, yun. Yung 3.2 or 3,200. Okay? Tapos yung MU natin is 81 kilonewton meter. No, 810 kilonewton meter. So, ngayon, ano yung bakal? No? Ano yung ilalagay na bakal? So, sa ano kasi, sa mga footings kasi, madalas maliit lang yung required na bakal niyan dahil majority of its capacity will be carried by the concrete itself. Kaya nga, ang ginagawa natin, kinakapalan na lang natin yung concrete. No? Kaya dito, we will only use minimum steel. No? Okay? So minsan nga kahit na may naka-apply na moment talaga na malaki, no, or relatively na merong value based on a certain load combination, um, yung nakukuha mo na required steel ay mas mababa pa rin dun sa minimum tension steel requirement as prescribed by the code, no? So, well, ano ba ang minimum tension steel? So, AS minimum is whichever is larger between 0.25 square root of FC prime over Fy times BD or 1.4 over Fy BD. No? So baka papansin nyo, ito rin yung minimum steel ratio, whichever is larger between these two. Okay, pero ginawa ko na kagad steel area, kaya steel ratio times BD, area na yon, no? Ng steel, di ba? Steel ratio times BD, area ng steel. Okay? Whichever is larger. So, paano ko malalaman? Eh, wala nga akong D, di ba? Paano ko malalaman? Wala akong D. So, well, since parehas lang naman sila dito na, parehas lang naman sila nakamultiply sa BD, pwede ito lang i-check natin, whichever is larger between them. So, check natin, 0.25 square root of FC prime. Ang FC prime na binigay, ang FC prime na binigay ay 24. So, square root of 24 over Fy 413. So, lalabas 0.00296, di ba? Tapos yung naman, 1.4 over Fy, that is 413. Okay, ito naman ay 0.003. So, mas malaki to. No? So, ito yung mag-govern. Two nine six five. Ito naman ay 0.003 38 338 3390 na lang. Ayan. So, mas malaki to, no? Governs. Kaya ito yung i-adapt natin na formula ng minimum steel area, no? So therefore, our AS minimum will be equal to 1.4 over Fy times B times D. Ayan. Okay? So, kubitin natin. So, 1.4 times 3,200 over 413. Ayan. So, yun yung natin. AS minimum natin, no? So, pwedeng itong decimal, pwedeng yung fraction. So, fraction na lang muna gawin ko. Ayan. Okay? So that is our minimum steel area. So ngayon, kapag isolve na natin yung effective depth, so di ba ang gagawin natin dito, yung MU, no, should not exceed PMN, which is yung capacity. So so yung MU natin is 810, gawin natin Newton millimeter. That should not exceed phi 0.9. Tapos yung MN natin is depende. Kung ang gagamitin natin na concrete area is, kung ang gagamitin natin is yung area ng concrete, so di ba ito yon under compression. So tawagin natin to na A, depth of compression block. No? Depth of compression block. Tapos, meron ditong force na C na equal sa 0.85 FC prime AB. Tapos meron din ditong T na equal sa AS FY. Okay? So, kung gagamitin natin yung sa concrete, kunwari, that will give us, so, and also by the way, ang distance din ng dalawa is D minus A over 2, no? So, kung gagamitin, kung mag-moment ka dito sa tension bar, so ang iikot is yung C. So, we have 0.85 FC prime AB times D minus A over 2. Okay? So, ang goal na lang natin dito ngayon is mapalitan, kasi yung B natin, alam naman natin yan na 3-2 eh. Itong D ang gusto kong ma-solve, tapos meron naman tayo F0. So, kailangan lang matanggal itong A na to. So, para matanggal yung A na yan, di ba pa nag-summation of forces ka, C is equal to T. And that is 0.85 FC prime AB is equal to AS FY. Okay? And actually dito, rather than taking moment about the tension bar, mas maganda ata talaga na nag-moment na lang tayo sa C, no? Kasi ASFY lang. Kaya lang, may maiiwan kasi dito na A. Kaya mas maganda pa rin na isolve na lang yung A from this equation. So, solving for A, we have AS minimum, no? Ito. Palitan ko na ha. 640 over 59 D times FY over 0.85 FC prime B. Okay? And solvable naman to lahat. Given naman to lahat eh. Ito given, ito given naman. So, computin na natin. So, lumalabas ito ngayon yung minimum natin na depth of compression block. Kasi minimum yung ano eh, AS na ginamit, no? So, we have times 413 over 0.85 FC prime 24, tapos yung B 3,200. So, that gives us 7 over 102. So, 7 over 102 times the effective depth. Okay? And then, ipasok natin yung dito. Tsaka dito. Okay? So, magiging, so, gawin ko na lang to equation, ha? So, 810 million equals 0.9 times 0.85 FC prime A B. Okay? Tapos, D minus A over the, so 7 over 102. So, magiging 204, no? Ayan. Okay? And from here, we should be able to calculate for the effective depth. So, pwedeng i-shift solve, pero ako, gagawin ko na lang, ano, kung ma-imagine nyo kasi ito, pwede mo i-factor out eh. Tapos mamumultiply siya dito, so magiging d squared, di ba? Meron na lang dito ng d. So, sa lahat ng factors ito, pwede mo i-divide doon. So, ganun lang gagawin ko. So, 810 million divided by 0.9 times 0.85 times 24 times 7 over 102 times 3,200 times ito, 1 minus 7 over 204. Ayan. Tapos naka-equate ito sa d squared. So, square root lang natin para makuha natin yung d. So, that is 456.10 millimeters. Alright? So, that is now the required effective depth based on bending moment and assuming that our reinforcing steel is minimum. No? So, therefore, our H, magdadagdag lang ulit tayo ng 250. That gives 706.10 millimeters. Or from the choices, we can round that up to ano bang next higher value niyan. Ayun, 710, no? 710. Laging next higher value. Okay, so in this problem, the correct answer is letter B. Okay? And that's how we answer this particular problem, no? So hopefully may natutunan dito. And then just browse within this playlist for more past board civil engineering problems in principles of structural analysis and design. I also have a separate playlist for PSAD refresher. So you just check it out. So yung mga problems doon ay mga similar password problem din, kaya lang medyo iniba natin ng kaunti so that just in case na gano'n naman yung next na maitanong sa mga succeeding na board exam. Pero kumbaga, variation lang siya ng mga past board o di kaya ay ibang mga problems that is related to structural design and analysis. Alright? Tapos meron din tayo currently na playlist for mathematics na uh, um, questions discuss. So just check out MSTC refresher series. All right? So nandun. So far at this moment no, na I am recording this, I only have three playlists for now, but there will be more in the future. So just subscribe and then keep your account being notified from this channel so that you can see um, our latest uploads. Okay? For now, thank you all, and I'll see you in the next video.